What's up guys, welcome back to another 5.0 video with Eldrazi Tron in Modern. So Eldrazi Tron has been gaining a lot of popularity recently in the challenges and the leagues. The good part about that is we get to play our deck again. The bad part is there's going to be even more hate. So everyone already runs a set of consigns, but now we're seeing more Blood Moon and more land destruction. With this version, you're hoping to dodge a lot of hate, but this deck can deal with a little bit of hate. So by that I mean you don't exactly need turn 3 Tron. We have our early plays with Mindstone, Warping Wail, Dismember, things to slow the game down. While we're doing that, we have Fleshraker and Karn to get out early, Thought-Knot Seer for the disruption, and if we do manage to get Tron or to the late game, we have our huge payoffs with Ugin, Eye of the Storms, 2 Sire of 7 Deaths, 4 Devourer of Destiny, and 1 All is Dust. So for this list, we have our normal Tron lands, we have 1 basic with Swamp, which helps pay for Dismember. Also, if we get Bosejude, we can get the Swamp. And then we have a Waste that we can get with Expedition Map just to help with the colorless costs. Because we're not running Sowing Mycospawn, we can't just go fetch it. For our 1-drops, we have our maps to go get turn 3 Tron, Mindstone helps with ramp, helps to cast colorless spells, Kozilek's Command just does everything, you guys know that. We have 2 Warping Wail, which is good for sorceries like Scape Shift or Persist. Dismember is really good, helps slow the game down against early creature aggro. Fleshraker is just really annoying to deal with for opponents. It creates spawn and can just win the game on its own, which happens a lot this league. Karn the Great Creator, definitely the MVP of this league. If you're facing a lot of Affinity decks, if you're facing the Mirror, this is the go-to card. Thought-Knot Seer for early hand disruption. Ugin just takes over games, can win the game on its own, good against Flicker decks. Sire, same. 1 All is Dust for board wipes, and then Devour for that early card selection, and then late game exile effects. For the sideboard, we do have a Karn board, so we just have a little bit of everything between Prison with Trinisphere, Disruptor Flute for activated abilities, Graveyard stuff, Walking Ballista for win cons. There's no set Karn board, so you can kind of pick and choose whatever you want. This is what I decided for this league. So that is Eldrazi Tron in Modern. Before we get into the video, I want to talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are Mana Traders content creators, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information is in the description below. So if you want to see more Eldrazi content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. Alright, match 1 on the draw. And obviously we're going to keep this hand. We have turn 3 Tron, great way to start off the league. And we also have Devour, so we can just kind of set ourselves up. They start with a Bloodstained Mire, maybe a Thoughtseize, Elegant Parlor, most likely Energy. Oh no, it's Storm, okay. So being on the draw is a little worse. Hopefully we don't die by turn 3. This is a great hand if we're on the play though against Storm. So Destiny shows a lot of good cards, but since we have all of these already, I'm looking for Warping Wail, so I'm just going to say no to all of these. Otherwise these would be like amazing. Say no. Another Karn. We'll just go Mind Pass. So we're looking to turn 3 Karn into Trinisphere or just Thought-Knot Seer. Most likely Karn though. Get a lock piece. We can Karn into Trinisphere is the most likely because they're probably going to go like Ruby Medallion or Ral here. There's Ral. So again, Warping Wail is the best draw possible. Or Dismember. Kozilek's Command. Not good enough. We're going to go Power Plant and pass and hopefully not die. Again, our hand is disgusting, but against a combo deck, you can just die on turn 3 on the draw. And they most likely have it. They get a Mountain. They cast Impulse. We just need them to brick. But we'll come back when they're done. Alright, and unfortunately, being on the draw, we lose. Alright, so against Ruby Storm, definitely want the Cage. We're going to keep Tormod's Crypt and Trinisphere in the sideboard for Karn. We can bring in the Flutes. This can name anything that we need at the current time. As bad as the 7-drops are, you kind of want to keep them just so that way you can have them for Ugin's Labyrinth. We're going to try some weird stuff. Take out Swamp. Take out Wastes. Bring in these 3. Take out a Mind Stone. We'll try that. Alright, on the play for game 2. We have Ugin's Lab with nothing underneath of it. Warping Wail's decent. Turn 3 Fleshraker doing nothing. I think we can do better. Let's mulligan. Alright, this hand's better. It's a 1-lander, but we have Devour to find another land. We have turn 1 Mind Stone into Fleshraker. Thought-Knot Seer for hand disruption. We're going to keep. Put back Ugin. Reveal Devour. So unfortunately, we do find Gravedigger's Cage, but we need the land, so we're going to have to take Ugin's Lab. We'll take this as the guaranteed land. Not the most exciting when Cage was there. Especially because Cage is exiled, but we can get it with Karn. So we'll just play turn 1 Mind Stone. We can go turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer, turn 3 Thought-Knot Seer. It's interesting they surveil. They fetch and surveil turn 1 all the time. They put a Medallion in the yard, so that means they have another one. So that's why you definitely want a Thought-Knot Seer here. Cast Thought-Knot Seer. Wow, they have double Ruby Medallion. Alright, well their hand's pretty gross. Can't really do anything about double Ruby Medallion. They have Pending, which we don't care about right now. Reckless Impulse and Manamorphose are the good cards to take care of. Yeah, I guess we're just going to take Impulse. It's like the best anti-Thought-Knot Seer hand ever. They even pitched a Medallion. So there's one. Kozilek's Command. Not bad. Do want to hit land drops, though. Play another Thought-Knot Seer, maybe take the Metamorphose. Taking Valakut Awakening is actually pretty interesting as well. I kind of want to take Valakut Awakening. They can get a redraw here and make a mana, but like, who cares? Let's take Valakut. Get him for 4. They Metamorphose. So their hand's ending mystery cards. They top deck Ren's Resolve into Impulse, into lands. Okay, cool. A little lucky there. So I want to make my land drop and maybe hold up Kozilek's Command. Double Ruby Medallion makes things awkward. Alright, we do hit the land. Tower. Attack for 8. I mean, they're dead if they don't find anything. So we're definitely just going to hold up Kozilek's Command. So we'll pass it back, see what they draw. The double medallion makes it so they can cast anything pretty easily, and they don't find it. Alright, game 3. This is a 1-lander. We're going to mulligan. This is another 1-lander, but we have Dismember. I don't think we can go to 5. You can win on 5, like, obviously it's not crazy. But being on the draw, we get a chance at extra lands. We have Dismember for Ral if they go that route. Again, they lead off on the Surveil. You should most likely go to 5 here, like, close, I'd say. All of this is really good, though. Like, this is all you want. So if you hit lands, you're just set. We'll start with the tower, though. Hopefully we can draw a 2-drop or something. Or hopefully you can draw, like, a 7-drop. Just play map. Go. We're not going to hold up Dismember. You could if you're afraid of dying on turn 2, but if they have it, like, so be it. So you hope they have Ral here. Instead, it's just a Surveil land. Interesting. Alright, looking for that 7-drop. Or a Tron piece. Another Karn, definitely not it. So we're just gonna play the lab and say go. Hopefully we don't die. Mountain. Blood Moon. Oh my god. So funny. We actually, because we took out the wastes, this actually is pretty obnoxious. Was not expecting Blood Moon. So we're just gonna be on the Karn plan, I guess. Just get Power Plant. Dismember's still good if they go the Ral route, and then we can just get Karn and win that way. Not the craziest. We also have Mind Stones that we can find, and they have the Ruby Medallion. We can play Karn and get Tormod's Crypt, assuming we're not dead. They cast Ritual, Reckless Impulse, find another Impulse, and Wish. Desperate Ritual, Impulse, lands. They do have a land, so they can Wish. We'll see. I mean, if they pass, alright, they're wishing. They only have 1 mana available, though, to use with the Wish. Strike it rich. Alright, we get another turn. So Karn shuts off the treasure token. We find a Mind Stone, too, pretty funny. Play the Temple. This is just going to be an easy Karn down tick. Get Tormod's Crypt. Cast that. They don't have Piff in the yard, so we don't have to worry about that. They have 2 cards in hand, so we'll just pass. Next turn we can get Trinisphere. They might have Prismatic Ending, but they can't actually cast it. That's what the treasure token was for, most likely. They can play another Ruby Medallion. They flashback Strike It Rich, which does nothing. I should just play the Medallion, right? Wear Tear. Okay, well, gonna eat their yard. They play Ruby Medallion. Now they're tapped out. Warping Wail. So they have 2 cards in hand. We can Mind Stone, down tick, go get Trinisphere. Cast Mind Stone, down tick, get Trinisphere, cast Trinisphere, pass. Valakut Awakening. So they get 3 new looks. They play Mountain, and they just pass. Devour, not very good. We're just gonna plus on a treasure token, get rid of it. So, little awkward part. We could hold up Warping Wail. I don't know what that does in terms of, like, sorcery speed things. They're not going to cast Piff. That's like the most scary thing. 1, 2, 3. They could find some way to get rid of Trinisphere. I mean, if they found something, they would have cast it already. So let's just cast Fleshraker, and then we'll just pass. We're kind of tapped out. We can't cast anything under Trinisphere. They do cast Piff. Oh, and then they can wear the Trinisphere. Okay. So that's, I guess, yeah, that's one thing they could have done that we could have seen. So if we held up Warping Wail, we would have been covered there. And they flashback Valakut Awakening. Okay. Disruptor Flute's pretty good. So we could... So there's a couple things we can do. We can get Stonebrain, name something. The problem is they have Wish and Grape Shot, so that's not the greatest play. We could uptick on a treasure token, play another Karn. That doesn't do anything. I mean, holding up Warping Wail, Disruptor Flute, and Dismember is pretty sweet. They only have 2 cards in hand. I think I'm going to try this. Let's get rid of the treasure token. I think we're going to take the turn off. You guys let me know what you would do. But we have everything here. And we can always Disruptor Flute into Kozilek's Command, Ren's Resolve. Let's just counter that. Trigger Fleshraker, so now that we have Kozilek's Command available. And this will definitely slow them down. Hopefully they don't have like more dig spells. Pass in Flames. How many Ren's Resolves have they cast? 1, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Disruptor Flute. I mean, I guess it'll make it cost 3 more. So maybe that's not even worth it. Damn. Like, maybe we should have just eaten... My first instinct was to eat the Ren's Resolve. So now this is kind of iffy. So let's see, it only costs 1. But I mean, it's going to use all their mana, I guess. I don't know, is this stupid? It's only going to cost 2, right? And then they'll have 2 mana left over. Yeah, I kind of regret casting that. We could always name Piff, but again, the double medallion, and they have so much mana. I think we're still going to name it. It'll make things a little bit awkward for them, but not by much. So yeah, definitely just Kozilek's command the Ren's Resolve here. They cast Ren's Resolve. They find Manamorphose, Sacred Foundry. So they get a redraw. We just need them to brick. Valakut Awakening. That's a good one for them. Okay, no plays. So we lucked out a little bit there. Ugin. We can cast Ugin, eat Blood Moon, but that's not really going to do much. What can Karn get? Karn can get Stonebrain. Let's see. Karn gets Stonebrain, cast Stonebrain. And while we're doing this, we get to ping our opponent, which is nice. So activate Stonebrain. So I think we name Wish. Could name Grapeshot. I think we're going to name Wish. They have more wishes than Grapeshots, and Wish can always find them like another out. Wow, they have 2 mountains in hand. Name Wish. Take their 2 wishes. They have Artist Talent left. Brotherhood's End, something to be aware of, and 1 Grapeshot. So we can Karn Stonebrain next turn and take their only win con. Get them for 2. We'll pass, and then they'll most likely flash back Pass in Flames, and then we'll eat their graveyard. And there you go. So they cast Pass in Flames. We're going to exile graveyards, and then we're going to make spawn. We only get to take 2 things. Obviously, we take the Valakut Awakening and Manamorphose. So that happens, assuming they have nothing else going on. They're down to 8. They play the land they just drew. Okay, so their hand is still 2 mountains. So we just Karn here and win. Mine. We can get Tron back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then have 5 mana. And then we can uptick with Ugin. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Cast Ugin. Eat the Blood Moon. Can add 3 mana. Can actually just uptick on Flute. There's 4 damage there. So we can actually just kill them with damage, which is pretty funny. This has no targets anymore. Put them down to 6. Keep this one down tick. So again, we could get Stonebrain, kill them. We can get Ballista and kill them. Get Walking Ballista. I didn't think we were going to win like this. Cast Walking Ballista. Trigger everything. They're down to 5. And we win. Alright, match 2 on the draw again. And this looks like a trap hand. We have Urza's Mine and Devourer of Destiny to find another Tron piece. We do have the Swamp, which is the second land. It's close. We have the Thought-Knot Seer for disruption. I don't know. Let's try it. We're just experimenting here. Why not? You could easily throw this back looking for turn 3 guaranteed Tron. It's like fine to have Devour looking for Tron lands. Well, we have Karn the Great Creator, so if we can somehow turbo that out before we're dead. The boots don't make that easy though. We're going to be looking for a tower and power plant. Ugin's Lab is acceptable, but unfortunately there's a Karn. We have to take the land. We don't have to take the land, but like, it's pretty good. So we have 1 Karn down, 1 Fleshraker down. There's a Saga. And All Is Dust is not the greatest unless they have like Kappa. Pinnacle, can't do anything about that. Would love to have Dismember here. That'd be fantastic. I was going to say, hopefully they don't have too much going on. 2 free spells. Hopefully not a third. Oh, they equip. Wow, okay. Get them for 4. Down to 16. We find a Temple. Let's play Temple. Cast Thought-Knot Seer. Maybe they're holding on to a Kappa or a Thought Monitor. Or they just have Rebuke. I guess I'd rather have that rebuked than like Kozilek's Command. Pretty good hand for them though. Saga into Pinnacle into counter. Fire. Make a construct. Oh, and put boots on it. Damn. 7, 8, 9. Could have played around that, I guess. Unfortunately, All Is Dust does nothing here. 2, 4, 5, 6. We're just gonna pass, and then I guess you want to make spawn to the chump. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're kind of dead on board, so we're probably going to have to and hope to top deck out of this. We're assuming they're going to make the construct, and once they move the boots over here, we'll Kozilek's Command it. And they just get a bauble? Interesting, because they're not moving the boots over. So if they have a Metallic Rebuke, then, like, good on them. We can't play around it because of the ward. Let's just scry draw, exile. So again, we're assuming they top deck the counter spell. Pay the 1. Do they have it? Really good draws for them. Alright, so against Affinity, if they don't just have the nuts, we can take out the All Is Dust, bring in Battleship. We don't need the whales in this matchup. Bring in Disruptor Flute, Vexing Bauble, take out a Swamp, and try that. Alright, game 2 on the play. This is a weak hand in terms of lands, but we have the turn 1 Bauble, we have Karn, so we're going to keep. We do get to go turn 1 Vexing Bauble, which is nice. Shuts off a lot of their explosive hands. Go Power Plant, Vexing Bauble. Unfortunately, we have 2 lands, so we don't have to worry about not leading off on map. Spire of Industry. Boots again. Okay. Draw the Ugin's Lab, but nothing to put under it, or that'd be awesome. Let's go map, power plant. Probably gonna get a temple with this map. Oh, they have the portable hole. See what they take. If they go for Bauble, we'll just sack it, which is fine. It unlocks their hand, but that's what they're considering. They do choose the map after some deliberation. I get it. Because if they target this, it's kind of like a, whatever for them. Draw Sire. That's actually really good, because now we can put that underneath Ugin's Lab. Now we have Karn available, so let's get Karn out. We're just going to plus on nothing. Just get this out of maybe Galvanic Blast range, anything, and then we can always down tick next turn. We do have to deal with the Urza Saga constructs, but we can always get Bridge. So looking at the Karn board, there's Shadow Spear. We could get a bunch of things. No third land, so that's good. They're not going to be able to make whatever, but they can get like a Needle for Karn. Find Tower. So we're going to have to get something before they Needle Karn. I mean, I'm fine with Bridge. 1, 2, 3. Let's down tick. Get Bridge. I guess they could counter it. See if they have the Metallic Rebuke. Oh, Consign to Memory. Sure. They float the mana with Urza's Saga. I mean, I guess if they're going to Consign to Memory anything, sure. Like, we still have this. They do get the Needle for Karn. Again, not the biggest deal because we have all this. If we get Tron, then we just, like, win on the spot. They do find a land. They need to put something into play for some Karn pressure. Right now, they're just counting if they have enough for Kappa or Thought Monitor. And they decide they don't have enough. Oh, they do have enough. So they land Kappa, draw Ugin. So let's play out Fleshraker, and we just have to pass. So despite us having Karn and Vexing Bauble, somehow just not being able to beat these draws. Just a little bit of disruption. They have the Kappa, which you really want to avoid. They should have an artifact to give this unblockable, which will unlock all of this, and then we're kind of... Yeah, they have the Pinnacle. They do get to kill Karn. Nothing we can do about that. They equip Kappa. We find Dismember. Damn, a little late for that. That would have been nice last turn. So let's scry draw Mycospawn while they're tapped out. We still have Vexing Bauble in play, so they can't cast any 0-drops, so hopefully their hand is just like all that. Get to trigger Fleshraker a bunch of Karns. So let's go... We want Tron. If we can get Tron, have enough mana to exile Kappa, that'd be sick. Plus 5 extra, so 7 to 12. We need 12 mana. So let's go top. You know what sucks? If we crack map now, we lose all the Karns. Do we care about that? We have Sire also, but that's already going to be too small. This is an interesting line, because I kind of just want to map, crack map, get the Tron piece. Maybe we don't have to do it now. So let's go top, cast map. We know we're drawing Karn, so we can just use the spawn, and that's not going to affect any of this. So I think that's fine. Get him for 2. I guess the downside is that they're going to have Shadow Spear, and they're going to be able to equip and gain life back. That would be the one upside to playing Karn and casting it, so that way they have to attack and kill Karn. Like, maybe that's the play too. So they're going to spend maybe both of their mana to equip here. We also have to dodge Consign. But if they spend all of their mana to just equip and gain life and stuff like that, then we're fine with that. Alright, they do equip. They get in for 8, and they just pass. So they have no mana open, which is nice. Crack map, go get a mine, play mine, cast Ugin. This costs 5. 1, 2, 3, and we have enough. So we'll target here. We'll pay the first ward, and then we'll pay the second ward. So we get to exile Kappa, which is crazy. Usually you never get that. And then we get to 0, cast Karn, get rid of Portable Hole, then we get to attack for 2. Nice little swing there. We can't activate Karn, but just the static ability on this is good. And getting rid of Kappa, it's really hard for them to come back from that. Alright, they just do nothing past the turn. Let's gain 3 and draw a card. We find another Ugin. We will cast Thought-Knot Seer, most likely gonna get consigned. Alright, or they just concede. Alright, so that was a much better showing from the deck. We almost lost too. We had everything and they just, Kappa can just solo us. Pretty crazy. So let's just run it back. Alright, game 3. And this is like a tempting hand just because we have Ugin's Lab and turn 1 Mindstone, but the rest, we don't have turn 3 Tron. Very land heavy hand. I think we gotta go to 6. Just have nothing going on. Temple and nothing else. It's a 1-land hand. As much as I want to keep this and high roll, let's go to 5. Alright, well this is the worst out of everything. We'll keep, put back wastes. I guess Ugin? Yeah, it's going to be really hard to win with this hand. Temple. Go power plant, go. I mean, sometimes your hands just don't work out, and that's kind of the downside with Tron sometimes. They have Lava Spur Boots for the 3rd game in a row. Pretty crazy. Kozilek's Command. Temple. Let's get Fleshraker out. I was going to play Mindstone, I considered it. I think we're so far behind that we need to high roll, get this out, and hopefully get some value. You could argue playing out the Mind Stone so that way you have Karn next turn, but Karn's just gonna die. I mean, I guess it would only go to 3. It's not the biggest. Oh, you know what? That's actually my bad. We need to. Yeah, we definitely want to get Karn out because they have double artifact land. So we definitely should have played Mind Stone. Oh, and they have Kappa. Power plant number 3, which is so unfortunate. All right, let's play Mind Stone. Yeah, so if we would have played that out, we'd play Karn. They can't tap any of their lands, Thoughtcast. So we're just going to set up for a Karn bridge here and just hope that they don't have a counter. Most likely they do, and then we just lose, but it is what it is. Maybe they counter this. So cast Kozilek's command for 2. Trigger Fleshraker, see if they have the counter. Of course they do. Say no, Mind Stone. Play the land. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast Karn, and we have just enough for Karn bridge here. And now they can't tap any of their mana. They can't attack. Down tick. There we go. They get the nuts. We barely scrape by, but we'll take it. Let's attack first. Now we'll play bridge. We actually could have played Mind Stone into bridge. I just want to get bridge down. That's my bad, though. But now these can get in. Put Karn to... But yeah, we should have cast Mind Stone, make the spawn, tap Mind Stone. So I guess the only way we lose is if we draw an uncastable card. Alright, they hit Karn down to 1. We draw the tower. Excellent. Play the Mind Stone, play tower, uptick. I guess we could have upticked on the bridge. It doesn't really matter, but you want to get the blue sources out. Going a little salty over here. Jeez. Look at this. What is this? Ultra undeserved when they've had Lava Spur Boots into cap every time. So funny. Alright, match 3 on the draw for the 3rd time. And this is a pretty medium hand. We have like Mind Map Go into Mind Stone, no Tron. We have some disruption here. I'm gonna mulligan this one. Alright, on 6, we're going to keep this and just put back a Ugin Lab. We have turn 1 Mind Stone, turn 2 Fleshraker, Darkslick Shores into Thoughtseize. Okay. Let's see if they take one of these two. Oh, they take the Ugin. So they don't want us getting the Mind Stone. Interesting take. Draw the Temple. So let's just go mine past them. I'm totally fine with that. Against like a blue-black control deck, we don't need to go fast. Another Darkslick Shores, Psychic Frog. Man, Dismember would have been really good at the first hand. But they would have just taken it. Kozilek's command. Let's go Temple, cast Fleshraker, see if they have the Fatal Push for this. Unfortunately, we can't block this. Like we could, but we're not going to trade. They would just discard a card and we'd lose our Fleshraker. And they do that anyway. Discard a Swamp. They have Misty. We draw another Mine. Play the Tower. Guess we'll attack and just hold up Kozilek's command. I don't think they're going to like flash anything in, right? Guess we'll cast the Mind Stone. I can't imagine they counter this. No, I'll just pass. We really want to get rid of this frog. We want to Kozilek's command this frog, but we don't want to run into counterspell. Thought Scour. Alright, I think this is the best time to do it. They have 1 mana, so if they have Spell Pierce, then like good beats. Come on, no Spell Pierce. No Spell Pierce. Go bottom. I'll take a Thought-Knot Seer, why not? I mean, unless it's like Murktide, then maybe not the best. They put 2 more lands into the graveyard, so their Murktide would only be pretty small. Another land. They Surveil. Probably looking for a spell for a Murktide. They keep it on top. Expedition map. We're just going to get Tron and then cast Thought-Knot Seer. Crack map. Get a power plant. Cast Thought-Knot. If they have a counter, the Thought-Knot will eat it. There you go. So I'm glad we Kozilek's command at the right time there. Now we're out of gas though. So we'll be cracking the Mind Stone next turn. Getting for 2 more. Down to 8. Hopefully this isn't like an Oculus. That would be terrible. But Preordain's going to be pretty good at finding them a threat. Wow, 2 top. That's not good for us. Thought Scour. Counterspell Preordain. Why do they top and then Thought Scour? I guess because of the Murktide? Yep, okay. That makes sense. That's what we assumed they were looking for, so they just topped, spend all the lands, they play a tap land. 1 land in hand, 1 card in hand. God, we draw another land. So let's crack here. Really looking for a threat. Ugin would be the best draw. Thought-Knot Seer. I mean, it's something. We're going to take the last spell out of their hand, most likely. Unearth, wow, okay. Play land. So they're kind of stuck. If they attack, they're dead. And they're just top decking. We just gotta hope that they don't find a threat so that way they can attack, and then, wow, they do get in. They find something. It's a frog? It's another Murktide. It's, oh, please don't tell me no! They top decked Oculus. Ugh, insane. What a good top deck. Come on, Ugin, we need a top deck. Warping Wail. Damn. Yeah, we just lose. They're at 6. We could cast this, make a spawn, but they just block here, here, put them down to... We just literally needed any spell. That sucks. Alright, let's attack. Can always make them mess up or do something. We literally needed anything though, and we just kind of flooded out. So they should just like block accordingly. It's not gonna matter much. Put them down to 5 or 4. Yeah, unlucky. Alright, so in this matchup, we'll take out the Warping Wails, bring in Flute. We don't have any, like, hardcore graveyard hate other than Crypt, but we're not going to be bringing that in. We'll just try that. Alright, on the play for game 2, and we're going to try this hand. We have 2 out of the 3 Tron pieces. We have double Devour to find the 3rd Tron piece. Hopefully dodge all the consigns. Reveal both Devours. There's a map. It's tough too, like, there's a map, there's a Mind Stone, you want the Mind Stone for in case they have Harbinger map for the 3rd Tron piece. Could high roll it. I'll say no. I'm gonna high roll it. Oof. Okay, well we bricked hard. No, dude. Literally our best cards. That sucks. Triple Kozilek's Command. That just feels so bad. I'm gonna say no. So we literally exiled just a lot of our best cards. We're just gonna go Power Plant, go. It's gonna be really hard to win this one now. Kozilek's Command is just such a huge card in this matchup. They go Surveil Land, keep it on top. We draw the 3rd Devour. Alright, well, don't think we're going to be winning with these draws. We're going to get the Thought-Knot Seer next turn. If they go Frog, then whatever. We'll make sure that they, we'll see if they have Subtlety. There's Frog. We don't have Dismember for that either. We were looking for Dismember also. Fleshraker. I'm going to cast Thought-Knot Seer before Fleshraker. We just really need to slow them down. Alright, that lands. No Subtlety there. Force Negation, Sink into Stupor. Alright, so we don't care about Force Negation. Sink into Stupor can bounce the Thought-Knot. Murktide's just a good threat. Just need to kill this Psychic Frog. That's going to be the biggest deal. They have nothing in the yard. I mean, they can always cycle this. I think I'm taking Sink. I know it could be weird, like maybe Murktide's good because it's a threat. We don't care about Force Negation right now. But Sink is just such a flexible card. They could always bounce this, draw a card, get in with Frog, draw another card. And they're attacking. I'm going to block. If they want to discard their whole hand, they drew a Swamp for turn. They have to discard, like, everything. Probably just keep the Murktide. Oh, they discard the Murktide. I thought they'd keep Murktide and get rid of Force and Unearth. Alright, they're just gonna keep the Unearth. I guess they're gonna keep the Force, I guess, to protect the Frog, which I guess makes sense. If we can find the 3rd Tron piece. Wait, we knew we were drawing map. Alright, well, play Fleshraker. That can't be forced. Don't tell me they drew Counterspell. Oh my god, they drew Counterspell. Alright, well, we'll play the map. So they just have Force in hand. They're gonna draw another card, and we still can't. Unless we naturally draw Tron, we can't devour this. Ugin's Lab. Yeah, we're 1 short. We'd have 6 instead of 7. So I guess we get the Mine here. Play the Mine. We know they have Force, so we're just going to pass. We just got to hope they don't draw Consign. They're drawing 2 cards a turn, though. Down to 12. They Thoughtseize. They see 3 Devours. Not going to be happy about that. Probably take the Karn. This hand sucks otherwise, but it's pretty decent against this. They take 1 of the Devours. So I wonder if that means that they have Consign. Most likely. Cast Devour. Wow, they didn't have it. Play the Mine. Could play out Karn. Could eat a Counterspell. I guess we just do that. If they don't have the Counterspell, it'll eat a Force, which it's going to do eventually. Force, pitching Force. Okay. So be it. Oh, shoot the Sheriff. Okay. No plays by them. Draw Kozilek's Command. The fourth Kozilek's Command, which is pretty funny. We want to make them act first. Alright, well, you know what? We could have put Devour onto Ugin's Lab to protect it, but we did not. So now we're going to cast Kozilek's Command. It's probably going to get Counterspelled. But yeah, that's definitely the play there. Protect your Devours. Protect your cards. No reason to get got by Thoughtseize. Wow, they had no answer. That's insane. So we're going to put a land into hand so that way they can't take it. What don't we want? Mindstone, no. Waste, no. Temple. I mean, we could also put another threat and they have to decide between the two. No. Sire's insane. Fleshraker's good. All his dust is good. No. Yeah, I guess we just go 1, 2, 3. Curious what they take. Probably the Devourer still. I don't mind putting the Thought-Knot next just to kind of clear the way for all the threats. So curious what's in their hand, though, that they're not countering anything. Maybe more removal? They do take Devour. Maybe Thought-Knot's not even worth it. Like, just jam. Yeah, so we'll cast Thought-Knot. See what other spell they're holding. Another Frog. All his dust. Play the land out. Why not? I mean, you could, again, keep it to hold something, like protect it. We have a Sire coming up, though. No plays. Do they have the counter for Sire? They don't. Get in for 4 with Thought-Knot. I think we kept the Fleshraker. I don't think we needed to keep the Fleshraker. I don't know why we kept the Fleshraker. Alright, it didn't matter. But yeah, because we have no spells coming like immediately, I don't think you need to keep that. I think the others were fine, though. Alright, I think we just run it back and hope to dodge the Consign again. Alright, game 3, we have 2 out of the 3 Tron lands. Bunch of payoffs, Kozilek's Command, we're going to keep. Against a Thoughtseize deck, against a control deck that hopefully doesn't murder you so quickly. So we just have to get Natty Tron for these payoffs here. Oh, Preordain. A little better. I'd love a Dismember. Dismember is probably the best draw, assuming that they're going to go Frog here. One top, one bottom. Another Sire. So let's go mine. Definitely don't want any more payoffs. Misty go. Okay, good for us. Karn is something. We're gonna high roll and go power plant instead of temple for Kozilek's command X equals 1. They surveil. They must have a Oculus Murktide hand. They keep it on top. Another surveil land. Obviously, tower would be the best draw. Oh, they put Oculus in the yard. If they have an Earth, Thoughtseize. So now we're punished because we could Kozilek's command and get rid of that Oculus. Now they're going to Thoughtseize away the Kozilek's command and then unearth the Oculus, and we're going to be sad. Tried high rolling, but didn't work out. They take Kozilek's command. Do they have the unearth? Unfortunate. Took a different line. Line did not pay off. It'll pay off if we draw the tower right here. That's about it. Oh my god. Paid off. Insane. Alright, well, good for us. Cast Ugin. Eat the Oculus. That's just amazing. That's just hilarious. Just Tron things, you know? Alright, they do force it, which is a thing. They pitch another Oculus. Totally worth it, though. We cast that. We get to exile one of their creatures, and we get 2 cards out of their hand. We have Sires coming in. We have Karn. Disruptor Flute. So we can Flute, Counterspell. We can Flute, Consign. Let's Flute, Consign, I think. They already used the Counterspell. This also baits a lot out. They just force it. Cast Sire? Interesting. They force the Disruptor Flute. We could always Karn and get that back. They might have Shoot the Sheriff and pay 7 life. They know our hand. Oh, Shieldred's Edict. Okay, that makes sense. Oh no, they misclicked. They chose Token. That's unfortunate. Only online that would happen. So you can choose Token or non-token creature, and they chose Token. Otherwise, that would have been a really good card. And this is usually like a 1-of in their deck, so you draw another Temple. Get in with Sire. So they could have Consign here. Let's play out Karn to bait that. Okay, no baits. Let's just get Tormod's Crypt and crypt them. Could also get Flute back, but let's just get Tormod's Crypt. We could also get, what's it called, and start eating their lands. Cast the second Sire. They do have Shoot the Sheriff, but they have to pay 7 life. Good way to go out, I guess. And we win. Alright, match 4. We're on the draw for the 4th time in a row. And like before, we're going to keep mulliganing. Having a tough time keeping our 7s. We are going to keep this. I'm not going to go to 5 with Temple, Devour. So let's keep, put back a Karn. Real Devour, looking for a land. Obviously, Ugin's Lab would be fantastic. Mishra's Bauble, targeting themselves. Blood Crypt, most likely Grixis control something. Thoughtseize, okay. They Thoughtseize themselves. Well, that's a little unfortunate, because in their hand they have Emperor. They don't have, that's weird. They Thoughtseize themselves. They have an Emperor to eat. We brick. So Emperor can eat the Archon a turn to find Dismember, or a land to Kozilek's command it. These are just nothing, so we're going to say no. Oh my god, we drew it. So let's go Ugin's Lab. What a good top deck. Devour, Mindstone. They have Archon in hand also, I think, right? Yeah. So they're just like high rolling it. I admire that. Play the Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to play Emperor, eat the Archon. Oh, they drew Persist for turn? No, they top decked Persist. That's so gross. Ugh. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Been the Thought-Knot Seer. I can't believe that, man. We got the Ugin's Lab, and then they got the Persist. I guess we'll just go Temple, pass, and then we're going to look to discard Urza's Tower, Kozilek's Command, Karn for Bridge, if that's a thing. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going to be close. I'm so sad. They attack, discard Tower, go to 9. They Swamp Cycle. Oh, they drew another Persist. Jesus. Alright, well, good for them. I'm not going to waste my Kozilek's Command eating their graveyard. We just have to get the bridge out. So there's no point in eating that. X equals 3. Well, these are all pretty fantastic. Bottom. Now I kind of regret it, but we can still get bridge and do everything. Their hand is Bones, Archon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could Ugin. Now I kind of regret this, but we needed the spawn anyway, so there's no way to not do it. So we can Karn Bridge. So I think that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to go... I don't want to put Ugin in hand. I want to hide that. We're also going to need to stall because we're going to be using our spawn tokens. Cast Karn. So maybe we shouldn't have done that because those are going to be stuck in our hand for a little bit. But they're not going to have anything bigger. I guess they can have Emperor. Damn. Okay, well maybe not. 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need a couple more mana. Get Bridge. Cast Bridge. But yeah, in hindsight, maybe that wasn't the greatest. We can always Karn down tick for something else. They cast the Emperor that we knew about. They might also... Oh, what would be cool is if they ate Thought-Knot and activated it now. They don't. Okay. Dismember. That's actually huge. That's crazy. So what do we want to do? We can downtick. We're going to lose a lot of life, though. We can downtick. They also don't have any blue mana. I wonder if this is just Rakdos Reanimator? It must be, because they have double swamp and a mountain, so no Oculus. Don't know how they get rid of bridge. I'm going to downtick. I'm just going to start eating their lands, actually. Get coding, play coding, and then we'll pass, and then if they go to activate, or they go to attack, we can just dismember this. They don't need that much mana, so this isn't like the biggest deal, but I think this is fine. This triggers the Kozilek's command, that's fine. See if they go after me or Karn. They do go after Karn. We're going to dismember. They should activate. They don't. Okay. Interesting. So they want to keep these 2 cards in hand? They have another one. Okay. Mind Stone. Alright, making our land drop slowly. So Karn is going to die, unfortunately. Target here. Yeah, so it was a mistake keeping these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now they can attack and pump this. See if they want to kill Karn, though. Or now, because we're at 5. Wonder if they have, like, Lightning Bolt. Oh, no, they have... No, damn it. Oh, wait, they didn't activate. So they could have activated and killed us. They kill Karn, though. Okay. Interesting. Well, Thoughtseize, okay. So they're going to take Devour. Now they can't attack, though. Yeah, so they... Oh, they take Ugin. Ugin's Lab. Fortunately, we drew the land, so now we can cast the Devour. And we're going to eat the Emperor, so that way we don't lose to them just putting an Archon into play. And then we just pass. So now it's just who's going to top deck better. They play a land. We know they have an Archon in hand. We draw the Tower. Play the Tower. And then I think we just pass. We could crack a Mind Stone, but then... I don't know, do we crack a Mind Stone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we take like 1 turn. Maybe end step crack? Thought-Knot Seer, okay. Not bad. Expedition map. So we can crack map, go get a power plant, cast Thought-Knot Seer, see what they're kind of stalling with. Probably take the Archon. Maybe they have a couple Archons in hand. Oh geez, triple Fatal Push. Take the Persist. So now they have a Fatal Push target, but they cracked their land, so they don't have anything to trigger it yet. Their hand is triple Fatal Push. Definitely the worst card in the matchup for them. But a fetch land kills Thought-Knot Seer. Faithless Looting's pretty good. Probably like the best draw. They can just loot away all the pushes, and that's what they do. Spell Bomb. Probably cycle that. I mean, we're at 5, so they just need 2 Archon triggers. There's the Fatal Push. Dismember. It's actually really bad. I think I'm gonna sack this and hopefully not regret it. Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we just need to draw land, and then we can start getting life. Alright, no plays for them. Mind Stone. So now we can cast Ugin next turn, and then we should feel pretty safe. Bauble. Yeah, I guess we should have known it wasn't Grixis because of the baubles. They do get the redraw. Into Magus? They have main deck Magus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty gross. We're gonna dismember that and hope they don't have a Lightning Bolt. Because we could draw a land here, but we definitely want to get... Please don't tell me they have the Bolt. Oh my god. That's so dumb. Let's see what we would have drawn. I can't believe they drew Magus Bolt. No, we wouldn't have drawn it anyway. Alright, so we're up against Rakdos Reanimator. We got by the Magus. Definitely want Grafdigger's Cage in. Definitely want Flute. Warping Wail is good for Persist. Mind Stone's good for Magus. Dismember's good for Magus. And Emperor. I think Fleshraker. Maybe not the greatest. We'll go like 2 here and try that. Alright, game 2 on the play. And we're going to keep this hand. We have turn 1 Cage. We have Kozilek's Command with Temple. Pretty solid. Not sure what they have for artifact removal, but we'll see. Ugin's Lab. Could be good. Another Temple. Yeah, let's take Ugin's Lab. Why not? The third land. Not the most exciting, but we're going to Cage first just to play around Thoughtseize. And we maybe don't even need the Ugin's Lab just because we have the map. They bauble themselves. They fetch away. Still going to Thoughtseize most likely, right? Oh, Nethergoyf. Okay. That's fine. Much more palatable. We'll just go Temple pass. It's tempting to just take a hit from this also. We don't have to like exile this, scry draw. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Thoughtseize. Okay, well, that kind of forces the issue. Scry draw, exile, Nethergoyf. Don't need another map. Don't think we need the tower either. Thought-Knot Seer. Okay. So now they get to probably take Thought-Knot Seer, and that's what they do. And they just pass. Draw another Kozilek's Command. Pretty good. Let's go Ugin's Lab. Do we play out Mind Stone? Yeah, let's play out Mind Stone. It's 1 less from Kozilek's Command, but I think that's fine. And since we're not playing out the map, it kind of tells that we have Kozilek's Command. They Swamp Cycle. See if they have the Persist for Troll. They play Swamp into FOMO. When it enters, discard, then draw a card. Also, Persist wouldn't work because we have the Cage anyway, so it's not the biggest deal. They discard Shieldred's Edict into a Nethergoyf. Let's decide if we want to get rid of Nethergoyf or just kind of scry draw make spawn. I kind of just want to like play for ourselves here. Let's just scry draw make spawn and hope we hit something. We do not hit anything. Wow. Bottom all three. Draw a power plant. Okay, well, that's not the most exciting. I guess we're just gonna devour. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So we get Thought-Knot Seer. They have Delirium, right? They do have Delirium. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we can't do both here. I think we just return this, and then we're gonna just cast Devour. We'll just eat another Goyf, exile it, and then we'll pass. Hopefully they don't have another Shieldred's Edict. That would be annoying. If they attack with this, we can just block here. They play the Mountain. 3 cards in hand. Alright, they cast Emperor, and they can eat their Troll. That's what they do. So Troll can get in twice for 12. Wow, they did have the Edict. Jeez. Good for them. Alright, so this attacks. We're not going to block. Now they get Devour. This attacks again. Can't believe they had the double Edict. We need a really good top deck here. Karn counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I mean, I guess we're just going to do what we did before. Cast Karn. Just going to hide behind Bridge again. And they definitely could have like Brotherhood's End, they could have a Braid, they have a lot of red removal for artifacts. See if they actually have it in hand. I've had pretty good hands so far. Skip Bridge, cast Bridge. Karn is gonna die, unfortunately, but we still have Bridge out. The only way Karn dies is if they attack prior to doing their thing, and that's what they do. Both of these are at 2, unfortunately, we couldn't empty our hand, we didn't draw enough lands. So Karn's dead. They're just eating all of our Kozilek's Command. We go to 14. They Swamp Cycle. Blood Crypt tapped. Draw Devour. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I mean, could Devour this. Let's just cast Thought-Knot Seer first. Let's just have 1 card in our hand instead of 2. Oh, Persist. Okay. Play map. Crack map. Get the mine. Play the mine. And we'll pass. So no cards in hand. Everyone's top decking. We have a Bridge. They have an Emperor. Eventually, we're just going to Devour this next turn. Fleshraker. That's huge. Cast that. Assuming they took all their Fatal Pushes out. Bolt. Okay. Of course they have that top deck Bolt just chilling there waiting for us. Emperor eats Fleshraker. Back to us. Gonna cast Devour. Eat the Emperor. They were looking to see if they wanted to do anything, but there's no point. Then we'll just pass and then maybe end step. Crack Mindstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We might be 1 short. One's good. 1 should be fine though. Kozilek's Command's pretty good. And we draw the Tower. Okay. Well, they have 1 card in hand. I guess we just do this now. Like, we could just find something awesome. Scry draw, make spawn. You could, like, end step this, but we can just find something and cast it right now. Alright, yeah, they know what's coming, so they concede. Alright, well, that went a little better. They do have the lightning bolts still in, but they probably took the pushes out. That does kill Fleshraker. Is there anything else we want? Now that we know that they're a Necrogoyf deck, I think we just run it back and see if we get there. Alright, game 3, and we're at 6. Our 7 had no lands. We put back another tower. So hopefully this Devour can find us some more threats and they don't Thoughtseize our Kozilek's Command. They bubble us, so assuming no Thoughtseize. Or assuming a Thoughtseize because they were going to crack it regardless. Another Goyf, okay. Let's see what Devour finds. It does find a map, so let's take that. Go Power Plant. So we will have turn 3 Tron. Hopefully they don't have like the Magus. Oh, there's Thoughtseize. And there goes Kozilek's Command. Get a Mountain for Swamp Cycling. Again, really hoping to dodge Magus. The fact that they're getting swamps and stuff makes me think that they have Magus in hand. Ugin. So if we can dodge Magus 1 turn, we get to cast Ugin, and that should just kind of seal the deal. Can we get there? I'd rather than play any other card but Magus. And they play FOMO. Love it. So we'll see if they give themselves... they discard an Archon. So creature, artifact, land, sorcery, creature. We'll crack this. Get the mine. Would love a cheap... Oh my god, we drew the mine anyway. Would love a cheap artifact, but we're not going to get it. Let's see. We'll exile the Necrogoyf. This can attack twice, but it's whatever. Still think that's the right choice, not the FOMO. Because they'd have to have exactly Emperor and target Archon. That's the only way we get punished. Maybe we can draw... Nope. So again, the only way we get punished is if they... I mean, I guess they could just persist the Archon and we get rid of Ugin, which sucks. And then we Devour the Archon. Oh, man. The Magus, yep. So we're just going to 0... and then get rid of this. I guess this was turn too late. So they attack this down to 5. Eldrazi Temple. By the Waste. We'll add 3 colorless. Cast Devour. Eat this. Eat this. Pretty gross. Pass the turn. They definitely need a persist here. Another FOMO. They need land persist. Faithless Looting. I feel like I would have high rolled the Faithless Looting. And they couldn't find anything. Alright, welcome to the trophy match. And this is pretty decent. I think I'm going to try this. We have Mine, Power Plant, and Devour. We have some payoffs, and we have some removal just in case we need to slow the game down. We're on the play for the 5th time in a row. I'm going to keep mentioning that because it's pretty funny that it's all 5 times. Fire Bluff, pass. So if this is a Pinnacle deck, I'm definitely going to want Dismember. Unfortunately, we brick on all of this, so we're not going to take any of these. I'm going to say no. We find the map. We find the map for turn 3 Tron. Let's play the mine and just pass. There's no way that they're going to keep a 7 and not Pinnacle. We could be slowing ourselves down, kind of mind gaming ourselves, but if they just kind of go nuts, there's a Saga. That's fine. So they should Pinnacle here, and there we go, Pinnacle. So we get to respond to the first activation. So we're going to kill this now before they get to cast anything else. I'm glad we kind of read that like a book. Pretty obvious interaction, though. So now we just have to worry about Saga. We draw the tower, which is even more stupid. So we'll go Power Plant, and then we'll just pass. We can keep map for Fleshraker. Karn's going to be good, but we're going to have to worry about the construct tokens. Cranial Plating, okay. They get him for 1. So Karn's going to shut off Cranial Plating, but they can Needle Karn, Ugin's Lab. So let's figure out how we want to do this. Karn can go get something for Saga. If this needles Karn, it's kind of whatever, I guess. We could uptick. We could also Fleshraker into Karn, and then Karn can get a Bauble. Do we care about Bauble? Do we care about free spells? Maybe. We could also downtick. We're 100% playing Karn. We just have to figure out how to sequence this. So they're going to float mana. If we downtick, we hit their Spire Bluff. They hit Karn down to 2, and they needle Karn. But coding is not going to do anything because they're going to needle it most likely. You could always downtick for Battleship next turn, which could be cool. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to downtick for Battleship, I think. I really just want to cast this card, if I'm being honest. So let's go Fleshraker. And hopefully we don't get punished by this line for any which way reason. Cast Karn, trigger Fleshraker, play map, trigger Fleshraker. I mean, we could always uptick also. That's like a thing. But if they needle Karn, we definitely want to downtick. So let's downtick and we can get... yeah, we're not going to get Battleship because we cast this already. So let's just get Cityscape. Get Cityscape and then pass the turn. So they're going to float here. Again, assuming they get Needle. And if they do get Needle, we can always Cityscape Leveler, then Needle, and just do whatever we want. Oh, they get an Ornithopter. Not sure what I'm missing here. Bauble. Oh, it's going to be Kappa. Okay, that makes more sense. You have a Kappa. 5/5. So now we kind of have to go on the bridge plan, which makes Cityscape a little worse, and we're kind of flooded. So let's see if we can actually just Devour this. 7, 8. No, we can't cast Devour and pay for this. The fact that we drew another land sucks too. And if we downtick, then the drone can kill it. We can Ugin's Lab the Devour. Let's see, 7, 8. So if we Devour here, we can eat the Cranial Plating. Karn's most likely going to die, though. We have to get rid of the Cranial Plating because they can just move it, and then we're just kind of screwed because these are colorless, but this can always kill it later. And if we downtick 0, kill these. All right, let's just do this. Let's downtick. Karn's going to die, but we can at least make it so Kappa can't attack, and then we can kill the Cranial Plating, I think. Ensnaring Bridge. I think this is fine. Get Ensnaring Bridge. Ugin's Lab. Put Devour. And then we can actually cast Cityscape, eat the Flyer, and then we just pass. So Karn is saved. They have 1 mana, and then we can just uptick on all of this, play lands, empty our hand. Oh, Thought Monitor's pretty good. They draw 2. They find a land. They shock it in for another Thought Monitor. Damn. All right, we just have to make sure to not draw a land. A land would be bad. Just need a good payoff here. All right, Thought-Knot Seer is 0 on this. Play the mine. Cast Thought-Knot. Make it so that way they can't attack. We'll hit maybe whatever they have here, some way of getting rid of Karn or a counterspell. Wow. Okay, well, all of this is all dead. We're going to take the Thoughtcast pretty easy, and then we'll just pass. So their hand is Pinnacle, a bunch of things that they can cast to trigger Pinnacle, but I'd rather still take the Thoughtcast. They find Urza Saga. Okay. Kind of surprised they don't... They should Pinnacle here and just kind of dump their hand, and that's what they do. So again, we can't draw a land because there are going to be a bunch of 1/1s. They only make 1, so that's fine. Never mind. They play some more. So they're going to have 3 1/1s that kill Karn, which kind of sucks, unless we empty our hand. Oh, no. Drew a land. It sucks. All right, well, how do we want to do this? They could kill Karn. We downtick on Plating. Can't believe we drew all lands. I mean, if we downtick on Filigree and just wipe the 0s, I guess we just downtick. Can we just Walking Ballista kill them? Let's try. 14. Nah, it's going to be close, but we're not going to be able to get them. This is going to put them down to 10. Oh, to 9. That's right. Damn, they're down to 1. All right, so they're dead next turn if they have nothing. All right, they make a construct. They attack like this. We'll say no blocks. We'll let them equip cranial plating. Oh, or not. Interesting. Alright, we draw Karn anyway. Karn number 2. Good top deck for us. Any colorless spell would have been fine. And it didn't matter because we could just pump. Save targets. Always yield. Remove. Remove. And we're just going to ping them out. They're going to make us do it just because we're a little low on clock. Keep doing it. Put them to 1. And there you go. Alright, so against Affinity, we're going to do the same thing we did last time, which was Disruptor Flute, Vexing Bauble. They're going to have Blood Moon, Consign, Force Negation, a lot of annoying stuff. We'll take out the Warping Wails, take out All His Dust for Cityscape. I don't know, I actually like All His Dust. So let's, we need one more cut. We'll just keep a Flute in the sideboard, so we'll bring in 1 Flute, 1 Vexing Bauble, take out the Warping Wails, and try that. Alright, game 2, and we're going to try this hand. It's a 1-lander with Ugin's Lab. So we're going to be looking for a land. We have the map. They start with an Urza Saga. Devour trigger finds. Take a Dismember. Start here. Devour. And we're just going to do we want to play the map? No, we're not going to play the map. We're going to do, there's no way, again, we're not going to tap out. It does suck that we are going to like kind of give up our land drop a little bit unless we get lucky and top deck a land. But again, we don't want to get got by Pinnacle because that's what they're going to do again. Oh, maybe not. 1, 2. Oh, they look like they were going for Kappa. Let's cast Disruptor Flute. End of turn. Maybe we just name Urza Saga? So we can name Urza Saga, which shuts off this second construct, or we can name Kappa. Kappa just kind of kills us. Another construct isn't the worst because we can chump it, but they can get Shadow Spear. But we also have Kozilek's Command and Dismember, so I'm going to name Kappa. Wow, and we find a Uggin's Lab, which it's a land, at the very least. Not the greatest, but we're not going to complain about a land. So they could find Lava Spur Boots. Yeah, let's just cast Fleshraker here. They could Boots us and get us for a lot, actually, depending on how much mana they have. I'm going to hope to high roll here. They do make the construct. If they go Boots into land, but then we can, like, chump for days. And we know they definitely have Kappa. Oh, they get the Shadow Spear. Okay. Oh, no, another Urza Saga. They can't equip yet. They do get in for 7, though. No 3rd land, which sucks. Cast Fleshraker number 2. Another land would have been amazing here. Get to ping a bunch. Cycle map. We could crack map and make a land drop. Let's just play Mindstone. Oh, no, yeah. Let's play Mindstone. And then we'll hold up Kozilek's Command for 0, depending on whatever they equip Shadow Spear for. Or, I guess we'll see. We could also Dismember, take less damage. Let's see what they do. We could take less damage and then just get a big Kozilek's Command and kill them with Fleshrakers. Let's decide. And then hopefully they don't have a Metallic Rebuke or a Consign. That would be terrible. Because if we get to untap with Kozilek's Command, we win. Alright, they do equip there. Tap Steam Vents. They get in with both. Is Kozilek's Command just lethal next turn? So if we block here, and then we Dismember here, we take 7 total, go down to 5, but then they don't get a bunch. Let's do that. Dismember. They go back up to 13. Draw the Mine. Alright, let's see if this resolves. Cast Kozilek's Command. Did we get there? Bottom. Bottom. All the triggers, all the triggers. Oh man, how sweet is this? It's very poetic. The last card to kill them is Karn the Great Creator. Karn triggers all of this, and we get the trophy. Alright, so we got the 5-0 with Eldrazi Tron in Modern. That was a very grindy league. Other than that last match, we went 2-1 every time, and then we were on the draw every single game. Fortunately, we were able to grind it out and get the trophy. So like we said before, Eldrazi Tron has definitely gained in popularity, so there's going to be a lot more hate for it in the leagues. Between Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon, Consigned to Memory, there's always going to be something. I really did like this list. I think it had a little bit of everything between the removal, the payoffs. Even when we didn't have Tron, we were still able to Kozilek's Command, Fleshraker. It didn't feel the worst when we were ramping up trying to cast our big payoffs. So moving forward, this is probably the kind of go-to list. There's a couple flex spots like we talked about in the intro, but overall, this is what you want to be working with. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this 5-0 video. If you want to see more Eldrazi Tron content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.